And, like Scotty and Joey, I'd never seen so much determination from individuals at a track just to go work, work, work. And then like Allmendinger, I've never seen someone with just so much natural talent that could just wheel a go-kart. And
yep.
being I was just so close to all of them because of the NorCal connection, knowing their backgrounds, none of them come from millionaire or billionaire families, and how hard all three of them pushed. I said it a number of times. I go, they ruined the lottery for a couple of generations in NorCal, meaning they worked so hard, they were so good, and they made it as far as they could make it, that anyone that thought they could hop in a go-kart, be good, and have a team like KLS or Track Magic or Leading Edge look at them and go, oh, you're a really fast driver, throw you in a cart, and then, oh, we're going to help you get in a car. Those three guys wiped out those opportunities. And it was a real eye-opener for me. It's like, I know how hard all of them, I think I know how hard all of them worked. And I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah, you don't know. You only saw the tip of the iceberg of how hard they worked. The hard work they really did, nobody saw. And that's true. Yes. And that goes to every great athlete, right? What you see is the tip of the iceberg of what they've actually done. It's all the work when the doors are closed and there's no cameras and there's no eyes and there's no anything on them. I mean, sorry, we're just going to keep going, but we're going to talk about like Gary, right? And Gary Carlton, who grew out of that NorCal, that tough breeding ground, right? I had a guy ask me once, came up to me, he says, "Hey, so how does a guy get a ride like Gary Carlton?" I mean, this is when I'm talking 10, 15 years ago, right? How does a guy get a ride like Gary Carlton? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, he's fully sponsored. I said, you want to know how he gets? Yeah. Okay, you win everything for 10 years. And then when you're about 20, you go give your whole life up and sleep on a cot in the South San Francisco Track Magic factory.
Yeah. And
shower at the gym and eat Jack in a Box every day and get paid $500 a month to build a go-kart. You give up everything you know as a normal life to go and build a go-kart. And eventually you build something that's good enough on your sweat and your effort to win. And then somebody goes, not only is this guy good, but he's willing to sacrifice everything. And then a man like Mr. Tonini says, you know what? You're going to be a factory driver on my team. Come move to Europe. But so until you've won everything for 10 years and then for the next year or two, be willing to give up everything in your life on this project, you'll never get a ride like Gary. And the guy looked at me and went, oh, okay. And then went off and got in his motorhome.
So kids, if you're listening to this, work your ass off and don't quit.
Dude, Gary Carlton is the talented Rudy of go-karting. Let's be honest, right? Remember the Rudy story, the Notre Dame football player Rudy?
Oh yeah,
right. The guy who slept on a cot in the stadium thing and gave up everything to just try to be a scrub on the football team because that's all he loved, right? Like, Gary was like that guy, except he was the star quarterback at the end, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
but it was all built on that culture of Scott and Alex and AJ and you go back to the Joey Hand and just those guys, right?
Yeah, and I know I'm missing a couple of them, but those are the ones that I had the opportunity to watch.
For sure, those are the guys that were like you said. When you were racing senior, they were racing junior. When you were racing, senior old guy, they were still racing junior.
Yeah, exactly. And down in your neck of the woods, maybe it's Colin Fleming, right? Maybe that's the example down in SoCal. And maybe the East Coast guys have their examples as like, oh no, we have guys that did that too.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I knew deep down in my heart when I was ready to just be tired and call it a quit for the day, I knew that those three that we just talked about, they would have still been working because their aspiration was much bigger for them to be in the seat driving. And they did not quit. They never gave up.
Yeah, buddy. If you want to be good at anything in life, And this is how we'll end this. If you want to be good at anything in life, you work when the doors are shut, nobody's watching, and you're still working that harder, even harder. Those are the guys that are hard to beat, man, in anything you do.
So find your passion and bust your ass at it.
Damn right.
Yep. Andy, great job.
Thanks again, Jason. I appreciate it. We were both bored on a Monday night, so it's not like we had anything else to do.
No, it just again, I gotta stay in the routine of once a week getting these podcasts out, and you had that announcement a couple of days ago. It's like, you know what, let's get Andy on here. And thank you. You have been a supporter of Norcal Karters, and a number of times I've given a shout out to your series and your website, which is challengekarting.com. And
appreciate that.
Yeah, I it just is one of those things. It's just like you say, you got to keep putting in the work, and the whole website for Norcal Karters is just so people can find races and information, so they can get their asses to the track. When your whole website is based on that and you can't go to the track, it makes it tough.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, get to the track, people. Please get to the track.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I mean, when this is all over, I mean, my program was on the upswing. I mean, we see some programs in the West here that opened up with their first race of the season where their numbers were a fraction of what they were a couple years ago, which means like everything, the tide is turning, and I get it. I mean, like every 3, 4, 5 years, this whole sport recycles itself.
Yeah.
And goes to something new. And now I feel like it's my time. It's Rock's time on the West Coast, and we're going to have our 4 or 5 year run here. I mean, I really feel it. I don't want to say it's only going to be 4 or 5 years, but to be honest, that's about the natural life cycle, all this stuff. So if we're just at the beginning of our 4 or 5 year run where things are really starting to crank, I'm all for it, and we'll run it, and we'll figure out what's happening next. But for right now, man, Rock to me is the place to be, and keep your eye out because it's going to explode here pretty quick.
So I'm gonna just get you in hot water and get your phones blowing up if anyone's even listening to this thing. So Ron White Racing, Swede Tech Racing, Cameron Karting, Greg Bell Leading Edge.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's 4.
Gary Carlton.
Yeah, we just talked about him. It's like Gary Carlton. This is our challenge. We need to get 40 guys in one rock class. It has to be rock because Andy's a rock guy. So 40 guys, whether it's, let's go for the shifters because I'm a shifter guy, but I don't care. If you get 40 VLRs out there, we will get Andy doing a one-off event, one class, 2-day event at one of these tracks that will host Andy in Northern California. Let's get this thing going. Because I think we're going to have to be that nimble.
Yeah. All right. Let's figure out how we get it done.
Yep. One class, 40 entries. If there's any tracks listening to this that wants to host it, reach out to Andy or myself. So,
there you
Andy,
go. Perfect, Jason.
Thank you again.
Thanks, bud.
All right. Have a great evening. Enjoy the vodka.
Yeah, you too, man.
No, I'm tequila.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can have a great evening and enjoy your tequila.
Thank you.
All right. See you.